I probably met Mike Dunafon in a bar. Back in the day, everybody I met in bars. We share a love of rodeo. Mike, I know, played some pro ball. And I think we met in a bar. And, you know, there's the old joke, you know, where do the Irish go on vacation? Well, they go to a different bar. So I know I met Dunafon someplace in a bar, and he probably bought me a drink. Dunafon's one of the most interesting characters to show up on the scene. Self-made guy. We talk about our childhoods together sometimes with tears in our eyes. He has come out of nowhere. He owes no man. There's a line from Nietzsche, don't tell me who likes you, tell me who doesn't like you, then I'll know who you are. And I like that a lot, because I know a lot of people that don't like Dunafon, they don't like me either. And so as Nietzsche said, don't tell me, as Nietzsche has said, don't tell me who likes you, you tell me who doesn't like you, and then I'll tell you who you are. When Mike and those guys came out of the Tea Party and took over, as I say, Glendale, and in an electoral process, Glendale had had it. The glory days of nightclubs and bars were gone because of the old regime had done it. It had moved on. And the place was really kind of, I use the word, in ruins. If we look out here and see the return of Glendale, and it's almost as though it hasn't, this is only like the halfway step. Now they're going to begin the Riverwalk, and it's a revitalization project, and it is absolutely magnificent to watch. Glendale is the model for small town America. If you look around and you see cities and towns going into the tank, and we see it all the time, tapped out, no money, can't pay firemen, can't pay cops, let them come to Glendale, see how the model works. And don't tell me how or why, because I can't explain it to you. I was doing a country music show, and we were doing a morning show and asking people what their fantasy would be, and that morning my co-host was former Denver Bronco running back John Keyworth, and I knew I didn't want to be a football player because I knew how beat up he got. So somebody said to me, what would you like to be? It was at the end of the morning, and I said, well, I'd like to ride in a rodeo. What a huge mistake. And I got a call from a guy named David Allen, who's still a dear friend, and David was the public relations, the PR guy for the PRCA, Professional Rodeo Cowboys Association. At the time, its president was Bob Edson, who was a good friend of Mike's dad. And I ended up going to Jerome Robinson's bull riding school for 3 days up in Greeley, and I rode bulls for a couple of summers. And of course, when you got around all the old timers, and that they say, you know, telling war stories, they talk about Mike's old man, his uncles. And there's a word called half tough. Sometimes you hear they say half tough, or somebody will say semi-tough, what that picked up. Larry Mahan once told me a story about a cowboy that got gored by a bull in Oklahoma City at the national finals, cut himself up, walked out of the arena, climbed in the back of the ambulance, and died. And Larry always said that guy was about half tough. The Dunafons were about half tough.